Voting, voters, voter behavior. This is one of my favorite things to go over, and I just really think it's neat. I love the Greek term idiots. This from the Greek word idiots, mean those who do not vote, or otherwise those who do not take part in public life. I thought that was always very interesting and things for students should know. Even though millions of people vote in both national and local elections, millions of other Americans do not vote. How big is the problem? In 2004, on election day, the population over 18 was 215.7 million people. Only 122.3 million people actually voted. That was 56.7%. That means nearly 95 million people who could have voted didn't. In 2008, it was one of the highest turnout elections in recent history, but 57.5 of the people that actually were of they could participate. They were over 18 and they were adults. So 57.5% of those people that were adults voted. The 62.3 that BEP is voter eligibility participation. Those are the people that registered to vote, which reduces that number a little bit. So it makes it a little bit better. And 62.3 is not really good. Other countries get 75, 85, 95%. So this is voter age participation and this is voter eligibility participation. This means they're registered and they're ready to vote, and this means they're just 18 or older and they're eligible to do it. These are the cannot voters. Very interesting. We have a lot of people that can't vote. They're not allowed to because they're resident aliens. They could be illegal immigrants. They're ill or physically disabled. People traveling suddenly or unexpectedly. People in mental health facilities. People in jail or prison. Even sometimes outside of prison. If they're in some certain states, they can't vote because they're a felon. People whose religious beliefs do not allow it. And of course, there's those people that are in the territories. So it would be Guam and Virgin Islands and American Samoa. They are U.S. citizens, but they cannot vote because they're in a territory. Then you have the actual non-voters. Many people are convinced that makes little difference who wins. People who generally approve of the way things are being handled, and they believe that no matter who gets elected, things will be fine and okay. People who feel alienated and refuse to vote because they don't trust political institutions, they don't trust the Supreme Court or Congress or even the president. They think elections are pointless. And there's, of course, people with no sense of political efficacy. They lack any feeling of influence or any effectiveness in politics. They don't believe that their vote will have any real impact on what the government does. So these are some reasons why. Others have said, like, there's the Electoral College, which means there's really little difference on who wins because your vote doesn't count. So some people blame that. Some people say people are lazy. Some people say it takes difficulty, it's time, they can't go to work. So there's a lot of reasons for people that don't vote. The voter versus the non-voter. More likely to vote are people with higher incomes, more education, higher occupational status. Usually longtime residents or active in the community will vote. Women are very big voters. Less likely to vote are those that are younger than 35, the unmarried, unskilled, more likely to live in the South or in rural areas than in urban or suburban. But people with political advocacy, people that think that they can make a difference, people think that their vote counts, they'll actually be more likely to vote, no matter their income, age, race, or any of those things. So the voter versus non-voter is a very important issue. It's very important to look at that, and we always want to see, do we want to get more people to vote? Some people think we don't, just because they're not educated and they don't know the issue, so why have this vote? Some people believe in having voter ID or tests for people to vote. Others say they should vote just because it's their right and they should. So it's very interesting in what to do with these non-voters.